Did you ever wonder how empires fall and rise again? It takes unbelievable guts to trade guaranteed riches for something completely unknown. Someone once walked away from a huge fortune. They chose the messy game of politics instead. Everything changed instantly when they made that leap. Their big business empire vanished overnight. Governance meant giving up solid ground. Facing brutal political fire is tough work. Every small mistake gets weaponized right away. Survival depended on digging for the real truth. You couldn't let the loud noise throw you off course. Imagine hearing news of an attack on your dad. Picture that level of raw panic hitting you. How do you handle that kind of crushing stress? My friend doesn't chase endless interviews though. She prefers diving deep into actual projects. She builds strong walls to keep distractions out. But those walls aren't for everyone. She craves real talks with people she respects deeply. Given her wild ride through life, I wondered how trust formed. Growing up rich gave her a natural defense system. It bred worry about seeking approval based on shallow things. That cautiousness stuck around later too. Friendships sometimes faded just because of timing changes. Eventually, she saw those guards hurt real connection. Real closeness needs belief. It forces you to ditch cynicism some days. Accepting risk lets you build something meaningful. Her road started showing cracks pretty early on. Parents tried to hide her from the bright spotlight. But today's world blows exposure way out of proportion. As a kid, ballet used to be her dream job. Her mom pushed her hard, inspired by ski racing. There was this awful day near age 8. Watching her tiny show, her dad showed up unexpectedly. She felt mortified then, terrified of messing up totally. Still, amazing roots kept growing underneath. Her grandparents taught her unconditional loving care. Her grandma treated feeding someone like sacred worship. Watching her mom showed another picture. Her mom conquered big industries bravely. Balancing that drive with raising kids took armies of helpers. Her mom did giant jobs while still being incredibly present. Dad stayed steady too. He answered calls from strange places anytime he could. Looking back years later, she sees echoes of her mom. But differences grew from different times. Studying her mom after she passed opened old doors. Secrets about her own start got whispered finally. Trauma survivors often rush ahead emotionally. Self-protection became a huge theme. What she learned first weren't flaws really. They were skills needed to survive rough patches. Staying distant at first helped her learn intuition. Childhood hurts played a bigger part too. Tabloids attacked relentlessly after her folks separated badly. Reporters swarmed her school non-stop. Inside her house was safe territory somehow. But the constant view contrasted wildly with now. Social media cranks up parental worries tenfold. Remembering that chaotic time weighs heavy. Being a kid watches institutions crack apart. The shock came less from fame maybe. More from the whole crazy spectacle itself. Flashing lights and total mayhem defined it. Her first clear memory of the split was seeing photos cut in half. Amidst that terrible mess, she found something good. Hardship together bonded her siblings tightly. When the cameras screamed at her, she figured out a trick. Find the important whisper in the roaring white noise. Turbulence feels like standing calm in a hurricane. Anchoring to your deepest truths cuts the noise dead. This clicked hard during TV spots lately. She understood her dad's image better then. And she knew her spot beside him well. Both parents showed honest ways of being. Disagreements happened, sure. But respecting each other's honesty was rare. Integrity became her strongest shield automatically. So she avoids pointless fights and internet nastiness. She leans on ideas like Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius said our minds paint our lives. Acting against your morals costs a serious piece of your soul. Drawing from Thoreau, she seeks joy in doing stuff that feeds her heart and her loved ones. Outwardly poised, she feels tons of feeling inside. Learning that steadiness took real growth. Motherhood flipped a switch for her purpose. Love demanded she be super thoughtful in everything. Knowing yourself gives you unbreakable armor. Without that map, the crowd tells you what's real. Negotiating works best if you listen exceptionally well. Let silence carry the biggest answers sometimes. Listening helps find out what the other side actually wants. Good deals bloom naturally from real connection. Partnerships grow from wanting the same thing strongly. Projects come alive, helping lift people higher up. Hiring shouldn't just look at genius scores. Look closer at who they inherently are. Can they start things on their own steam reliably? Instincts about trust are impossible to teach properly. So the hunt is mostly for good souls overall. Inner decency beats shiny awards every single time. This warmth clashes with the earlier high-pressure bubble. Beneath rivalries, there was a strict mom pushing limits. Now, parenting brings her unmatched peace. She gifts her daughter space to avoid chasing fake perfect. Big chances appeared suddenly for her. Joining Vogue sounded grand coming from Anna Wintour. But design calling her name never went away. Creating beautiful things was her language. After conquering fortunes in fancy goods, she stopped briefly. Public roles put caps on how big she could grow anymore. National service hit her surprisingly soon after. Warnings about sharp criticism flooded in surely. But contributing to a country she cared for felt priceless. That dive broke molds set in sheltered worlds quickly. Forced views clash violently with comfortable norms. Change like that reshapes you forever. Going for president looked unplanned, perhaps. It sprang from frustration with how things were going. Just 2 weeks before telling everyone the idea dropped. Did such leaps cause paralyzing fear? Nope. Gatherings became places where intent was aired freely. Quiet checks against the mountain size mattered greatly. Things moved fast, but thinking ran deep beforehand. Life since pivoted everywhere visibly. It's been a trip full of highs and lows indeed. Serving in government yielded many wins. Like boosting the child tax credit hugely. Millions breathed easier thanks to that help yearly. Paid family leave also got secured for workers nationwide. Conservation acts funded green spaces massively. Trades training modernized, getting money injected yearly. Laws fought trafficking and child abuse seriously. Leaving that phase didn't bring regret at all. She honored the call completely, proud of what was done. Helping 40 million families felt weighty. Supporting millions starting careers meant a lot. But having young kids steered her path away slowly. Rejoining the fight felt too costly for her little crew. Unforeseen parts surprised her always. Preparation just doesn't cover everything honestly. Status, like cash, just highlights who you already are. Meeting leaders showed basic human threads below the shine. Titles hid normal arguments and daily stresses easily. Stripping away myth removed scary distances quite fast. Constant security brought both awe and chilling fright. Fear rose watching her dad face threats afar. Gratitude mixed with primal need to defend her babies close. But deep down, she knew disaster wouldn't strike ultimately. Surviving cemented a lesson loudly. Fragile life asks us to cherish every second granted. Faced with possible tragedy, she picked firm hope. Sadness only multiplies misery worldwide. Choosing grace anchors you to what miraculously continues. Pulling back from the battleground lets you choose positive change. An eagle dodging smaller attackers summed it up nicely. Don't fight them, just fly above till they tire out. Vital energy comes from noticing peak moments quietly. External pushes try to drag you outwards always. Learning to go inwards is a superpower now. Ancient thinkers talked about this exact dance. People find solace in faiths or Zen practices. Suffering starts when we argue with what is happening. Focus turns to staying present like a fighter does. For bouncing back, therapy helps but isn't the cure. Huge shocks make you reckon with your own steel. Faking composure takes constant mental upkeep sadly. But hiding feelings breaks you down eventually. Honesty matters, but setting lines protects you wisely. Performance meets inner truth in creative efforts. Planet Harvest bloomed from seeing farmer despair plainly. Wasteful food piles sparked a desperate reaction. Making a tangible mark became the chosen route. Balance is fiction anyway. Aim instead to match your deeds to your core worth. See rot in wasted crops prompts great solutions. Turning leftovers into aid supports struggling farms. To her future entrepreneur daughter, she advised 3 things. First, passion must light the whole adventure brightly. Brilliance fades if love for the grind ain't there. Second, copying anyone else spells instant defeat. Discover and stand by your own special spark wholly. Third, believe in yourself before asking the world for nods. Stop waiting for outer okay signs to begin winning. Learn to hear deeply and watch possibilities unfold gently. Remember to plant seeds of kindness wherever you roam. Check out Profile for podcast summaries.